I'm Mars.
I'm Cool.
This is Channel 7, and we're tapped in with KUT Media.
What's good, everybody? It's Tee Becoate, KUT Media. Today I'm here with Channel 7. Not like the news, but the R&B duo, Channel 7. R&B duo, R&B couple. What do y'all prefer to go? Go ahead. R&B duo? Okay, cool. Alright, so for the people who don't know who you are, can you give us a little bit information about your background, your name, like how did all that come together?
Want me to go ahead?
First, before you start, let the people know who you are.
I am Cool, and we met each other at an open mic. So after that, we kind of had a conversation about making music and whether or not we was gonna do it together, and it just sparked from that. And then the name Channel 7 came from, we just was brainstorming, coming up with names, but we always felt like we was on the same frequency, so that's where the channel came from. And then 7 is complete, so we should be everything we need. Channel 7, we're rap and R&B, all of the things.
I'm Mars of Channel 7. I would say, we talked a lot about like making music, but it wasn't too serious until we made one song together and we were like, maybe we should take this a little bit more serious. This could be something. We kind of just started from there.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna dive a little bit into your upbringing. Both of you guys are from Chicago, correct?
I'm from Minnesota.
Okay, Minnesota. You're from Chicago.
Yes.
Okay, dope. So, describe growing up in Chicago.
I grew up in Inglewood, so I guess it was rough because I am 6 of 6. I am the only son that my mother had, so I grew up with 6 sisters. But I really wasn't seen because there were so many girls, so I kind of maneuvered on my own, and I was in Inglewood. So a lot of my music encompassed like the struggle of dealing with gang violence and just trying to maneuver and make it out of poverty and not become what poverty wants you to be.
Right. How did you maneuver through that stuff and not get caught up?
Man, sometimes you get caught in those situations just because you feel like that's what you gotta do because the people you're around. So I got caught in some situations, but just knowing that, seeing my peers fall to those situations, I joined the military to get away from that stuff. But then I found myself right back at it afterwards. So I don't know. It's a daily struggle. I'm still fighting with poverty because that's all I know.
And how were you as a kid growing up?
I was a good kid, but I was sneaky. I did all the bad stuff, but I never let my parents know.
Right. All right, people. I didn't cut you.
No.
People always talk about the bad parts about Chicago and stuff. What were some fun experiences for you in Chicago?
Our festivals, music we live right next to a park, so probably almost every weekend of summer there's a festival. You got the Hyde Park Fest, you got Lollapalooza. But Billiken, I grew up in a church, so they will have like a big church concert at the park, and we would go to Gospel Fest. And my dad was also a gospel singer, so we would travel to and do a lot of music. And my grandma also is a bass guitarist, and she had a lot of famous people in her basement. She got pictures with Red Fox. So I've always been around music, and that's all Chicago is music.
Nice. And Inglewood, that's a prominent area in Chicago, right? If I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of rappers from that specific area, right?
Yeah.
Did you know any, go to school with any, or close to any?
I went to Johnson College Prep, and during my time that's when Chief Keef and Lil Durk and Lil Reese just was coming up. So it was a park right there they used to hoop at. So we would see them every day. They would drive around the school and they would be up at the school. So we would see them every day. Chance the Rapper, all those high schools was right in that neighborhood, and they would meet up at certain places. So we would see these people all the time because they didn't feel famous to us. They just felt like people, yeah.
And early on, it had to be like inspirational for you just to see those people.
Definitely inspirational.
Okay, and Mars, we're gonna get to you. So Minnesota, Minneapolis, that we were?
I was born in St. Paul.
St. Paul, okay.
St. Paul. which is not too far, probably 20 minutes ish from.
And it's crazy to say that. All the people I've met from Minnesota are like from St. Paul.
Yeah.
Is that like the biggest city in Minnesota?
It's
Or
the
one of the
Twin
most popular?
Cities. I'm not sure which one's bigger, but they definitely go hand in hand. Minneapolis and St. Paul are considered the Twin Cities, so it's a really huge metropolitan area. But yeah, everybody, that's like, I'm from Minnesota, it's always St. Paul, like, where else?
Oh, yeah.
From nowhere else. But yeah, I grew up in St. Paul. I grew up with my mom and sister and brother. I mean, music was always, my sister loves music. She got me into most of the artists that I listen to this day. Let me see, like MTV music and on demand, just always watching music videos. And my grandma got me into like Etta James and Patsy Cline and the older artists like Otis Redding and all of her favorite artists. So I got to get a nice variety. So I'd say, yeah, just like I always just loved music, and it was just like even if I wasn't gonna pursue it, it was just gonna be a big part of my life. So.
All right. And you grew up in the church singing. Did you grow up in the church singing as well?
No, I didn't. I was in choir in school and stuff and like concerts, but nothing for church.
Okay, cool. And this is a question for both of you guys. When did you really fall in love with the music? Like, growing up, you singing, you introduced to music, but when did you like really fall in love, like, and realize that you could sing? Because I can't sing. So I want to know for people that can sing, when do you know you can sing? Like, I can really sing.
I used to sing. I would sing to my mom and grandma, and it was always just like, oh, it's good. Like, you're really good. So it was an encouragement. I was like, okay, I can do this. And I had the dream of being a singer when I was little, but it kind of like faded away as I got older because that's that happens. Mm-hmm. And I guess I picked it back up probably at like 18. I'd say I started writing songs when I was younger, but they were 8-year-old songs that are kind of just like dumb and cheesy. Right. So when I was like 15, I wrote a song, and my sister was like, "This is really good." And it's basically just like family encouraging me. They got me to kind of like see my potential in it. But yeah, when I was 18, I put out my first 2 songs, and so I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Was it the same for you? Was it like family encouragement?
No, I really wasn't focused on music. Music really wasn't my focus. I always loved it, but I had went through like a deep depression, and I started writing. And once I finally got home from the military, I was just singing in my room. And one day my mom was upstairs, and she was like, "How about you go to the studio or something? Like do something with it." And I didn't know I could sing. I still to this day say I sound horrible. I'm my worst critic. And I went to the studio and made a song, and then from there on, I just continued to do.
Okay, cool. And how long have you guys been making music now?
I think we're both going on our second years solo, and then I guess it's only been like 8 months since we started writing together.
Okay, cool. So we jumping around a little bit, but you guys meet at this open mic. Mm-hmm. Is this in Chicago or Minnesota?
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, cool. So describe the atmosphere. Like, how did y'all both end up there? Like,
let me think. I just Googled open mics because I knew I wanted to like get out there. I knew I wanted to start like networking and like putting my image out. And so this one was like super close to my house. It was like 5 minutes away from my house. And so I'd go there every, Thursdays? Mm-hmm. Or Wednesdays? I think it was Wednesdays. I went like 2 Wednesdays, and the second Wednesday I met him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what was the question?
I was just saying, like, how did y'all, like,
the vibe of it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's alright.
It's interesting, yeah.
Open mics are hard, because
Chicago's so diverse.
Anybody can kind of just go up there and do their thing, which is nice to be able to express yourself musically, but it's like, after a while, it's like,
mm-hmm. So who heard who sing first? Like, it was like, damn.
I went first.
No, they don't go first.
I went first, yeah.
Because I remember, but it's just names.
Yeah. This is why I say like it's kind of tricky with open mics, because sometimes if the owner knows somebody, they'll be like, "Oh, you're here? Let me put you on top of it," even though all these people have been waiting. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah, when I wasn't gonna go. I literally was coming from work, and this girl I went to high school with seen me through the window of the car. We literally was driving down the expressway yelling at each other, and she's like, "Come to this open mic." So
it was so chancy. Like, what's the chances?
I came to the open mic, and she knew the people there, and she was changing the names. Mm-hmm. and she got up out of frustration because we moved her name to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen her, I'm like, oh yeah. And we was kind of conversating about it, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta have her to touch that. And then she sung, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Man. So.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And I'm gonna go back to the name Channel 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a meaning. You talked a little bit about the frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
As far as different frequencies, what other sounds, can we hear? Like, or what sounds can people hear in your music? Or frequencies that you're trying to provide through your music?
I say it's limitless right now because we listen to everything.
Yeah.
My house itself is like a music house. It's just music constantly playing. From my dad's a church guy, so we constantly getting church music. And my mom listens to everything because her parents were music heads, so she listens to everything. And then we're playing music, and my nephews come and they love music, so we don't know what you're gonna
Like,
hear.
if it sounds good, if it feels good, it's not really like, oh, they're not gonna like this, or oh, this is out of our realm. It's like, we did it, like, it sounds good to us. So.
Okay, bet. You say you're your biggest critic.
Yeah.
Are you like that as well?
Definitely.
So how is it like? How do you finally get the music out if you just constantly like always like, this is not. I could do better.
You gotta just not think about. It's like when it comes to music, it's more like voice stuff. It's more like, it didn't sound good. Because you'll make a song, you're not gonna be like, this is trash. I'm not putting it out. It's like if I got through this whole song, I want this out. I love this. So it's kind of just like putting all of that aside. Like, don't care what they think. Let go of what you think. And if you like it and it felt good, release it.
You just gotta put it out.
You just gotta do it, really.
Speaking of putting music out, what was the song that y'all both realized like, yeah, we got something. It's like we gotta keep going.
Steam? What's the Steam? Well, the first song that we wrote, that kind of was like, oh, okay, we can really do this. We can really start.
But Steam picked up so much traction.
But with the traction, it's been such like an encouragement. Like, it feels like we're finally like seeing our like flowers grow. And so, yeah, I'd say Steam probably that.
Okay, dope. And as new artists in the industry, you guys been making music now about three years, 3 and some change. What has the experience been like? Like, has any labels been coming your way? Any people been hitting you up, trying to do shows, festivals, things like that?
We've had a few, like at least like 3 or 4 labels, but you look them up and it's just like, is this real? Like, what is this? Like,
right.
Festivals, we performed at the Hyde Park Block Party. But yeah, not too much yet.
Was it, so performing at Hyde Park, that had to be big for you, because that's at the crib?
Yeah, that was big.
Cool, so describe that. Did y'all perform together?
Yeah.
Okay, dope. So
we performed individually. Yeah, that was like our debut. We performed individually as well. It's crazy because it's outside and it's in a one area, but there are so many people walking past, and just when we start singing and everybody coming into our area.
Like start coming to like the stage, and also it was like his family, like basically like everybody, at least like 4 of your sisters were there, and you just like look out and they're just like there, like smiling, like really tell they're proud of you. So it's like it felt really good.
With that being y'all debut, were you nervous?
Yeah. We didn't have any songs yet. Like we really didn't. We took one of his songs and acted like it was ours.
Yeah.
And then did like another one that we like randomly threw together. It was like really like we want to do this, but like
Yeah, because there was so many like stipulations.
Yeah, we couldn't swear and stuff, so we were trying to figure out how to like bleep it out without.
Okay, cool. And you said we're nervous, but obviously y'all got through it. Y'all have any like pre-show rituals or pre-show things y'all go through to like calm the nerves?
I think like just like not on purpose, but just being like, I usually just try to be a little more positive.
Yeah.
I try to like before we're going to go do something, just try to keep the positive energy up. Then because that keeps the nerves down.
Yeah, just constantly. We just encourage each other.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time. Stuff like that.
Okay, dope. And I want to ask next, what song of you guys is your personal favorite and why?
Like our whole category?
Individually?
Individually and the song that I have together.
We just did a song called Motto last night that I really love, that you guys will hear eventually. But of my own, man, I really like my song called Obsession. I think it's cute.
Obsession. Do you have a favorite of yours?
Favorite of mine? It might be Cool Appearance.
Cool Appearance?
Yeah.
Why those songs?
I think I did a good job with like the lyrics on that one. Every time I hear it, I'm like, that was cute. Like I like that. So it kind of just makes me feel like, oh, you're a good writer. Like it just encourages me a little bit. I can say why Cool Appearance is my favorite.
Okay.
It's just a hype song. Like the first time I heard it, like it was like the night that I had met him, and I went to go listen to his music because I heard him perform, and I was like, finally, like he's good. And so I was just listening to his music, and I was like, oh, he's really good. Like I love this. Like this is really great. It just like hypes you up, makes you feel good.
Okay, cool. And I know you guys. Oh,
it's okay, guys. Okay.
And I know you guys are versatile with your music and stuff, but you know, I guess if we had to put you guys like in a genre, it would be R&B, right?
Yeah.
So most people there's not most people. There's a large discussion going on with a lot of people saying R&B is dead. We had this discussion with someone we interviewed recently who was also an R&B artist, and she felt it's ridiculous for people to say R&B is dead. How do y'all feel about people that say R&B is dead? Or not, if it's not dead, it's not as good as it was in like the 90s.
It's not as good as it used to be.
I don't know if we'll ever top 90s R&B.
It's because people scared to use raw vocals, and everything feel like facade.
They're all these days. I think in the 90s they were like, I don't know, they were just giving like all of their emotion in the song. Like Usher was giving all his emotion in the song. People really don't talk about love these days, honestly.
That's a fact.
And 90s R&B was just like, it made you feel good because it's just like, oh, he loves her. Like,
even if it wasn't love, like it sounded like a love song. They could be talking about the worst thing in the world, but it's a love song in your mind. You think it doesn't feel like it. They just gave
people
us
these days are like,
feeling.
just in the society we have right now, it's more like F-boy music and R&B.
And I heard someone say that like they feel like that's one of the biggest components missing. Not only in R&B, but also like hip hop is like no love in the music. It's just straight.
FPs.
Yeah.
These days.
Okay. So with you guys being a duo and also being a couple, how do y'all manage that? Like, let's say God forbid, not God forbid happens, y'all get into an argument. How do y'all come back together to make the song like?
I don't know yet.
So we really don't really have arguments. We don't call them arguments because that's like the root of the problem.
Right.
You're giving it a name that's gonna feel like a problem. So we'll have a heated discussion, and then you should come forward and apologize on your behalf, and then it's usually over within about like 30 minutes. Even if you don't want to apologize, you should, because it'll lighten you.
And if if it's just like a kind of disagreement that's like just this is creating some tension that you can like feel between each other, but there's like obligations that we have, we're not gonna let that get in the way of meetings and stuff we have to do. Because either way, by the end of the night, we are gonna resolve this. So it's like, why let it mess up our business,
And when I said, do you guys like making music together? Is that more fun or separate?
I like making music together better.
Yeah.
I'd say. It's just the collaboration and being able to see like his view, like being like, was that good? Should I do this? Should I do this? And being able to get that feedback from somebody whose opinion I respect. And it's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys this: do you guys have any advice for any aspiring artists or duos or couples that work together?
Like on working together or on?
Just in general, being an artist, working together. Like it's tough to be an artist, so if you can do it, what's some advice you give?
I would say learn to take rejection, and learn to not take rejection personally. I'd say actually, it's like an actor's gonna audition for millions of things and never get it. And if he were to let that, discourage him, how is he gonna make it? You have to be able to know that not everybody's gonna like your music, not everybody's gonna see your star potential. So you gotta just have that confidence in yourself. A million people can tell you no, but you've gotta know I'm gonna keep going. Just honing in on what your goals are, like what's the big goal and how you can break it down into smaller pieces. I'd say is a really good way to start.
You did everything.
Patience. If it's meant for you, it's gonna come. So just let it. Just take your journey. don't rush it because the end's gonna come. Your result's gonna come, so you might as well just
Patience
enjoy the
is
journey.
Facts. And lastly, I want to talk about your latest single, Steam. What was the inspiration behind that song? Why'd you pick that name? And what else can we expect from you two in 2023?
I started writing this thing on the morning. We smoke. We smoke.
Okay,
so,
weed is legal in New York.
Yeah,
Or decriminalized.
we smoke. So in the morning, I don't know. I went on YouTube. The beat was right there. Sometimes it just like all aligned. Click the beat, sat down, hit the blunt. The coffee steamed in the smoke, and I was like, steam. And then it all just flowed. And once I got almost just a little bit, I came and showed it to her, and then we finished it that morning.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably one of the fastest songs we wrote.
It's Steam because you're from here.
It's steam, yeah.
Oh, the
Steam,
gas.
just the relaxation of that steam being in the morning. Nothing bothering you. It's just you, your coffee, and your smoke.
Hey, nice. And 2023, we still got a long year ahead of us. What can we expect from you guys musically? Any other aspirations you guys have?
Music videos for sure. Jim Belly.
In the back, in front of you?
Music videos, a couple more singles.
We want to do some,
Performing for sure.
perform more, and just get into more fashion.
Networking.
Okay, nice. Well, that wraps up our interview today with KUT Media, Channel 7, Tee Becoate, signing out.